Douglas Cooling and Heating, serving the Birmingham area for 38 years. 988-3706. That's Douglas.
I'm James Spann. This is the afternoon edition of the Weather Xtreme video, Thursday, April 7th, 2011. Moisture starting to return. It's going to be awfully muggy this weekend and awfully warm. We're talking the warmest weather so far this year, just around the corner. We'll peek at some of the Skycam shots around the network this afternoon. First off, coming from Tuscaloosa. A partly sunny sky. Temperatures are zooming through the 70s as we do this update early this Thursday afternoon. There's the Jasper Skycam. Sky mostly sunny there. And from Demopolis, a few fair weather cumulus clouds floating through the sky with a nice view of the Tombigbee River there as seen from the Demopolis Civic Center. All right, got that big old trough developing out west. A little wave out ahead of that, producing some clouds across the state today. And again, we're going to see low stratus clouds forming late tonight after midnight with dew points surging up into the 60s, but that will burn off and give way to some sunshine tomorrow afternoon. There's the visible satellite shot across our state this afternoon with the actual observations. And again, note those dew points are really coming up. Now, Birmingham's dew point is 54, and these are observations taken at 1 o'clock local time this afternoon. But go to Montgomery, the dew point 61, and look at Mobile, their dew point 68. You can see the cumulus field developing across the state, and that moist air will stick around for a while. And temperatures are generally in the low 70s. And again, these are 1 o'clock observations. Doing the update a little early today. Most spots should wind up in the upper 70s. The one exception is Gadsden. They saw some clouds developing there. They're sitting at 66, but they should warm pretty quickly as the sun breaks out. And around the nation at 1 o'clock this afternoon, notice the warmth in Texas. Temperatures out there in the middle 80s. And again, it's going to really warm up big time. We're talking mid 80s, maybe upper 80s in spots this weekend. Going to be awfully warm. There's our watch warning map. All of the issues are out west. Wind advisories, winter storm watches and warnings out there with that big trough. Maybe Flagstaff, Arizona, picking up 6 to 10 inches of snow tomorrow night and Saturday. Winter storm watch in effect there. Okay, the convective outlooks. Today there's no more formal risk, couple of small 5% areas, but tomorrow there is a standard slight risk of severe weather north of here on top of the ridge. This ridge is nosing in from the Gulf. Some of the states involved in that are parts of northeast Tennessee, Kentucky, and the adjoining parts of the Virginias and North Carolina. Day 3, which is Saturday. Risk areas there, one to the northwest, one to the northeast, and there's the probabilities. The higher numbers are centered around Des Moines, Iowa on Saturday. And then Sunday, day 4, a risk all the way from Shreveport to near Milwaukee, and that does include northwest Alabama, and that would be for really after midnight Sunday night into early Monday morning. And again, we're not overwhelmed with the severe weather setup for Monday morning here, as you'll see. QPF chart, rain for the next 5 days, valid through Tuesday morning at 7 o'clock. Only about a tenth or a quarter inch, and that's it. Bigger numbers up north. And again, I do believe that is correct. We'll check the 12Z GFS, valid at 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Big trough, big upper low over San Francisco and Los Angeles. A 588 ridge over the Gulf. High amplitude. And down below that, moisture is kind of pooling up here. We'll see dew points way up in the mid-60s tomorrow, highs in the low 70s. We'll start the day with clouds. The sun breaks through at times tomorrow afternoon. We'll mention scattered showers. It's not going to be a big deal. Rainfall amount should be light and spotty. And then Saturday, the ridge just keeps on nosing in here. As the trough digs out west, the ridge is pumped up. The 588 contour almost up to Montgomery. And because of the warm air aloft, should be a pretty dry day and a very warm day. The GFS is printing 87 on Saturday. Woo, boy, that'll be the warmest day so far this year. And the dew points are going to be up in the 60s, so it'll feel just like late June instead of early April. All right, Sunday, we've still got the ridge in place, but the trough is beginning to lift out. We still think it's going to be awfully warm and pretty dry. I don't think it rains at all Sunday. The GFS is showing 88. Woo, but goodness. We might have to look at upper 80s this weekend. Mid to upper 80s for sure. Sunday night, just after midnight, this is 1 a.m. There's the surface low over the UP of Michigan with a trailing cold front down through St. Louis and Dallas-Fort Worth. Showers and storms out ahead of that coming through Little Rock. And then Monday afternoon at 1 o'clock, just after noon, the thing is just kind of sagging in here as the surface low moves way up into eastern Canada. And so really with the surface low so far north and the primary upper supports so far north, it looks like we'll just kind of have a dying band of showers and maybe some thunder, but the severe weather possibilities just don't look all that high. And we note the GFS is clearly slower, suggesting it's going to be a daytime event on Monday and not a Sunday night thing. And the Europeans in very good agreement. That's 1 o'clock Monday afternoon. The Europeans suggesting the surface low maybe a little farther south, maybe a better chance of strong storms if this verifies. And again, we'll watch that. We've still got a few days before this happens, but it certainly looks like the next good, organized batch of showers and storms will be Monday, and even that probably not producing that much rain, and the severe weather risk looks pretty marginal. Tuesday of next week, nice day, sunny, highs back in the 70s. Wednesday will be dry, close to 80. Thursday, a week from today, pretty good-looking trough coming through here, and by golly, that looks kind of wet and maybe stormy. Surface low near Memphis. We'll have to watch that. Now, this is a week away, so we obviously can't resolve the small-scale features of this, but that's problematic. And then Friday, the 15th, that system begins to leave. That's kind of a transition day, it seems like, based on the later couple of runs. And we're kind of digging into this next weekend because it's race weekend at Talladega, and great interest in that, needless to say. And again, we have learned many NASCAR fans do watch this from all over the country. And then on Saturday, April 16th, weather looks great. Sunny and mild, highs well up in the mid to upper 70s. And Sunday, the 17th, fine. We'll be up there low 80s if this is right. All right, a few days later, the 21st of April, pretty good-looking trough. And if that's right, that could be kind of stormy. And by the 23rd, that's a nice-looking trough over the east. And that would suggest some cooler air. No frost or freeze, of course, but that might get us down there in the 40s if that's right, out there around April 23rd. That's it for the Weather Xtreme video today. We'll have notes on the blog. The next video here by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. And if you're local to us, we invite you to watch us on television this evening, ABC 3340 in Birmingham at 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great evening, and God bless.
Thank you for trusting us to be your #1 source for news
in all of Central Alabama.
in back-to-back ratings periods.
More people watched ABC 3340
than any other station in Birmingham.